You apply every ounce of effort you have toward a goal, reaching the very edge of success, only for the entire system to suddenly collapse. The spring snaps and you are back where you started. Standard logic says this happened because you lacked willpower, had the wrong mindset, or simply didn't push hard enough. Attempts at change follow two paths: trying to forcefully manipulate external outcomes, or repeating superficial affirmations in the hope that a thought will change a result. These models show why those efforts fail. A sudden burst of action, like the spike on the left, is too brief to reset a system. To create a lasting shift, the system requires the consistent, low-amplitude frequency shown on the right. Correcting the cycle requires treating personal development as a mechanical systems problem rather than a mystical one. Any progress forced through external effort will eventually cancel itself out unless the mechanics of the underlying signal are altered. The human body and mind generate a continuous, measurable mechanical output. This output is shaped by the physical regulation of your nervous system, your core identity, and your daily habits. This thick base waveform is the carrier wave. It represents your baseline identity, and it dictates the exact level of success that can physically stabilize in your life. Every other action you take simply rides on top of this central path. If this carrier wave is misaligned, even the best surface-level habits will eventually fail. The baseline will inevitably pull any spike in progress back down to the original low-level transmission. Relying on bursts of extreme forced motivation often backfires. These spikes act as destructive systemic noise. These spikes destabilize the nervous system. Instead of accelerating progress, they cause the entire internal waveform to vibrate erratically, breaking structural cohesion. This creates destructive interference. Your external actions broadcast success, but if your nervous system broadcasts panic, the waves mathematically cancel each other out. This interference renders even the most intense physical effort useless. The conflicting signals simply flatten the result into a dead line. Recalibrating an internal signal does not produce an immediate external shift. There is a physical delay, a reality lag. During this echo phase, your environment continues to reflect your old broken frequency even after you have fixed the internal baseline. This often leads to a psychological trap. You might interpret this environmental echo as a failure of your new habits and abandon the work just before the results arrive. The external system isn't rejecting your change. It is simply taking time to process and catch up to the new transmission you are broadcasting. Long-term change requires abandoning brute force willpower in favor of engineering internal stability. This is achieved through calm repetition. By maintaining a regulated nervous system, you build a new frequency without draining your biological energy reserves. Compare both approaches. The top chart shows erratic spikes of forced intensity that inevitably break. The bottom is a slow-building sine wave, increasing in power without breaking rhythm. This calm repetition builds a self-sustaining structure, easily deflecting external pressure. Ignore the lag in your external environment and focus all available resources on smoothing out the internal transmission. Once the internal baseline is locked and the nervous system is regulated, external results are no longer targets to be chased. They are the inevitable mathematical outputs of the system. Reality does not simply respond to what you chase. It reliably stabilizes around the frequency you consistently project.